everyone, my name is Timothy Lee Grant, and we are back with LeetCoding. I haven't been doing LeetCoding in a long time, but here we are again. Never too late to continue LeetCoding. Right? Let's go. Let's pick a topic. I think we were doing, which one were we doing last time? I think 2 pointers, wherever that is, right here. Okay, so let's go. Pick an easy. I don't like the way that looks. That's the second one. Count binary substrings. Okay, fine. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, number 696. Count binary substrings. Given a binary string S, return the number of non-empty substrings that have the same number of zeros and ones, and all the zeros and all the ones in these substrings are grouped consecutively. Whew. What? Okay, anyways, we'll figure out what that means later. Substrings that occur multiple times are counted the number of times they occurred. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Let's reread it, try to figure out what that means. Okay, so given a binary string S. Okay, so we're given a string, and this string contains zeros and ones. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Return. Okay, so this is what we need to like output out. So they just told us what we're given. Now they're telling us what we need to output back. What do we need to output back? Return the number of, okay, number of. So we are returning an integer. Okay. And what does that integer represent? Let's figure that out. The number of non-empty. What does non-empty mean? I don't know yet. Substrings, okay, that have the same number of zeros and ones, okay? Okay. Substring, which means a smaller part of the string, okay, that have the same number of zeros and ones. Okay, so I have my normal string, my big one, and I need to find how many parts of that substring, okay, have equivalent, like if I cut it in half, I'm taking half of the array. Does this section have the same number of zeros and one inside of it? If yes, then we count that. Now I can decrease the number, like the size. So how many, I just try to figure out how many strings I can make from that. Like substrings that I can make that have the same number of zeros and ones. Okay. And all the zeros and all the ones in the substring are grouped consecutively. Okay, so now that's an extra constraint, right? Like, not just do all of the zeros, or not only does this substring need to have the same number of zeros and the same number of ones, it also needs to what? Have the quality that the zeros and the ones in these substrings are grouped consecutively. Meaning the zeros are together and the ones are together. So let's look at this, and before we actually read the explanation, I wish I could actually just even blot that out. Can I? Hold on. There. Before we read the explanation, let's just look at this S right here. Okay, so, and let's figure out what we think it's going to be. Is this, here's a substring, okay? Does this qualify as a substring which adheres to the two qualities which the problem asked? No. Why? Because it doesn't have the same number of zeros and ones. It has 1 0 and 0 ones. Okay? Wrong. How about this? Nope, because it has 2 zeros and 0 ones. Wrong. Okay. This one, no. This one, okay, satisfies the first condition. It has 2 zeros and it has 2 ones. Okay, cool. So we got the first condition. The second condition is all the zeros and all the ones, all the zeros and all the ones in the substring are grouped consecutively. So the zeros are grouped consecutively together. The ones are grouped consecutively together. Okay, cool. So this is one substring. Okay. Now, what about this? The zeros and ones don't match. This, the zeros and ones don't match. This one, the zero and ones don't match. This one, okay, the zeros and ones do match here, but the zeros and ones are not consecutively together. It's not 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. The zeros are separated on this side, the ones are separated on that side. Doesn't count. Okay, so now let's look at a different substring. How about this one? Nope. This one? Yes. Yes, it is. The first condition is there's there's 1, 0, and there is 1, 1. Okay, cool. Awesome. There we go. There we go. That's one. How about the second condition? Second condition is that they are grouped consecutively together, right? The zeros, in this case, there's only one, is with itself, and the one is with itself. So that also satisfies the condition. So that's another substring that satisfies both conditions. Okay. Now, how about it doesn't satisfy the condition. The ones and zeros are off. This one, the ones and zeros are the same number, but they're not consecutively together. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, cool. Let's look here. No, no. Aha! Satisfies both conditions. Nope, nope. Okay. Now, the other ones that I'm seeing are this one right here. No, 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 no. Okay. And then this one, right? And then this one. Okay. So let's see if that conforms to what we're seeing here. So we see this one right here, which is pop, 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 pop. Yep, we got that one. And then 0, 1 was what we said here. And then there should be 1, 0, which is right there. And then 1, 1, 0, 0, right? 1, 1, 0, 0. Okay, so the way that I'm thinking about going about it was kind of how I initially was even going through it in my explanation. I started here, right? And then I checked, does this satisfy it? Yes or no? Does this satisfy it? Yes or no? Does this satisfy? Yes or no? Right? And then I kept going, 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 going. And then once I reached the end, I then started from here and then went to the next one. So I said, from here, does this satisfy it? Does this, 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 this. Moving my way forward. So that seems like I'm going to have to do like an O of n squared operation, because I'm going to have to do, for each element in here, I need to go and check each element which is in the substring, which not a big fan of. Time efficient wise, that doesn't seem like there's probably going to be a much better solution. And in the video, so we're gonna, that's probably the one that I'm gonna go with, right? Because I can't think of a better one right now. But once we implement it in code, then we're gonna go and start looking at the if there's better solutions. So we're going to figure out if there's a better time efficiency. So first step is figure out an algorithm. I think I have that algorithm. Let's now take the algorithm from our head and actually express it in code. That's the second step, right? Third step is, okay, cool. Let's figure out if there's a way to optimize it. So let's start writing. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need the 2 pointers. So let's PTR1 is going to start at 0, and pointer 2 is going to start at, should I say 1? No, it's going to start at 0. So now, I guess the other thing that I need to do, like if not s, if there's no string, what do? I return, and I'm returning an integer. So what is the number? It's 0, 'cause there are no strings. There are no substrings. There is no string. So now, what do I want to do? I want to for I in, so while pointer 1 is less than length of s. So length of s is going to be equal to length of s. Imagine that. Okay. What do I want to do? This one is going to be the pointer that is the starting range, right? So, I need some way of like calculating how many zeros and ones there are. Oof. Okay. I darn. It's now thinking about it, I started to realize, it's a little bit more difficult than I was. It's not just a trivial operation to take it from the algorithm to the actual code. How am I going to keep track of the ones and zeros? Well, can I... Okay, so let's just start writing. I know I'm gonna do like I'm gonna check. I have some ideas. I don't know. Maybe they'll work. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Okay, so what else do I want to do? I know I'm gonna have to have another one. So while pointer 2 is less than length of s. Okay. What am I doing? I also need a variable which is like total. Okay, so total equals 0. So far, 0 is going to be our number of strings that we found. So in this while loop, I say if number of ones equals number of twos, okay, twos, what do? We total plus equals 1. So we increase total by 1. Okay. Now, okay, I need some way to keep track of number of ones and number of zeros. Each time I come here, each time I go to a new, so I go all the way here, right? So starting here, and here's pointer 1, it's pointing right there, and each time that I expand from that starting point, I keep expanding until I reach this end. Then pointer 1 changes. Bam. When pointer 1 changes, I want to restart the number of zeros and the number of ones which are in my category, right? So once here, number of ones is equal to 0 and number of twos is equal to 0, okay? And then I want some way to determine, right? And then I also need to set my pointer 2, right? If I'm starting here and I'm going to start expanding out, I need some way of keeping my pointer 2. I don't want pointer 2 to start here. That doesn't make any sense. I don't want it to go to 0. I want it to go to the same index, okay? So pointer 2, pointer 2 is going to equal pointer 1. Okay. Then I also know once I'm done with this while loop, so the while loop is going to keep going until pointer 2 reaches the end. And then once pointer 2 reaches the end, I want to move pointer 1 over by 1. So once this while loop terminates, I want to do pointer 1 plus equals 1. So I'm moving pointer 1 over. So now I need some way to break if the number if we're not consecutive. So I'm going to keep going here and I'm going to find a 0 and I'm going to increase the number of zeros by 1. So as I expand out, each time I expand to a new one, I'm going to check if it's a 0 or a 1, and then I'm going to increase the number of zeros by 1 if I find a 0, and increase the number of 1s by 1 if I find a 0. That's how I'm going to keep track of these number of zeros and number of 1s. Okay, so if s indexed at pointer ptr2, that's the one that we're going to, is equal to 0, number of, not number of 2s, number of zeros, number of zeros. There we go. So if it's equal to 0, okay, then number of zeros plus equals 1, okay. Now, I think what I'm going to have to do is also do like a if number of zeros is equal to 0, I need to break. I think that this is going to cause me to stop if there's a non-consecutive one, because what's going to happen is I find a 0. Okay, so pointer 1 and pointer 2 are at this 0 index. I mean, the 0th index, okay? So then I come here and I say s at 0 is equal to 0. Okay, cool. Now, how many zeros do I have right now? I have 0 so far. Number of zeros, 0. So this doesn't hit. Then I increase the number of zeros by 1. So I come here and I say I have 1 0 now. Okay? Then I'm going to check also if it's a 1. And so I'm going to essentially copy and paste this to this. If it equals 1, right? Number of 1s, number of 1s, kind of like that. But we don't need to, I wish I could actually just delete that. No, whatever. Okay, so we're checking if they're zeros, we're checking if they're 1s. But then right here what's happening is, so I just added 1 0. No, that's not going to work. My idea was I'm going to come here and I'm going to add 1 0, and then I'm going to add another 0, and then I'm going to add a 1 and a 1, okay? And I'm going to keep going, right? These are all valid conditions that might satisfy, like it satisfies the consecutive section, right? satisfied, 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 satisfied. But now it's not satisfied, and furthermore, none of these are going to be satisfied because we've kind of broken that consecutive quality. Okay, so what is this condition here? This condition, I just hit this. So I'm trying to add a 0, okay? And my number of zeros is not 0, and my number of ones are not 0. So if number of zeros is equal to, let's see, is not equal to 0, and number of ones is not equal to 0. So if I've already found some zeros and I've already found some ones, but then that could be the case that it's kind of like this, like I've already found some zeros and I've already found some ones, and now I'm trying to add this one. Um, okay, so that's not gonna work. What if I have maybe like a, let me just think, like what if I have a flag for, hmm, no, because that's not fun. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure right now. Well, maybe I could. I was seeing if maybe I said that sentence that something would come to me as I would just like keep talking and just say the answer. Nothing came, nothing came to me. I didn't think of the answer. Oof. Well, good thing this is not an interview because then I would not be getting the job. So, good thing it's just practice, okay? Can you imagine if you're doing an interview and you get asked this question and then just like freeze up, and not even freeze up. I'm not even like nervous or anything like that. It's just like, so it's not a thing of like freezing up. It's a thing of like You just don't know the answer. You have no idea. You just get like what's what's it called? Like what where water just you know, you just get demolished, whatever it is. Whatever that word is. But then you're just in the interview, the two people are like they thought that they were giving you a easy one, right? And I mean that in terms of like a question that is simple, and also they thought that they were trying to set you up for success, you know? Here's a really easy one, just get this. And then they just watch you and they're like, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. We gave you an easy. Darn. Embarrassing. But anyways, so how are we going to move forward from this? Can I think of a solution at all? Answer no. I think I'm gonna have to go look up the answers. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. For the yeah, I can't think of anything. Darn. Well, okay. Let's see. So how do they do it? So current equals 1, pre equals 0, res equals 0. So I'm guessing this is result, this is previous, and this is current. Okay. So now we're iterating through the entire length of the string, okay? Just one by one by one, okay? So, and also the other thing that I'm noticing, this is an O of n operation right here. We are not doing a double while loop. We're not doing a double for loop. So it's not O of n squared, which even if I had gotten this, it would have been a horrifically bad time complexity. Okay. But anyways, so somehow he has gotten this to be an O of n time complexity. Okay, so if character or if s char at I, okay, is equal to the character previously. So I'm currently at, I should have taken an example here. Okay. Let me write this in a comment. Okay, so here's our S right here. And now if we are at, let's just say right here, okay, I'm going to be looking here, and then I'm going to be looking one back. Is that correct? S at I minus 1. Okay. So and I starts at 1 and not at 0. Okay, that's why I was like, wait, hold on a second. We're going to get index outside the bounds of the array. So we're starting at 1, okay, and now we're taking this and we're looking back here and we say, are they equal to each other? So we have 0 and 0, which are equal to each other. Okay, cool. So now what do? If that's the case, we do current plus plus. Okay. So we increase current by 1. So we're returning the result of result plus the minimum of current and pre. I'm trying to figure out like why we're increasing this current and how that helps us. Okay. If they're not equal to each other, then what do? Result plus equals. So we're adding to this result variable. And what are we adding? We are adding the minimum of either the current or the pre. And we set pre to be current, and current is equal to 1. Okay, you guys have to tell me. You guys have to tell me. Please, please let me know. Did you guys understand this? Because like, what? What? I don't know. Can you guys make any sense out of this? Because I can't. I can't figure out what's happening there. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna look at those. I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and I'm gonna have it answer it for me in this format. So let's come here and here is my implementation for this one. Okay. Can you use the same for method but fix my errors? Maybe that's the correct way to say it. Okay. So let's see. There's a typo. I mean, once about we can break. Okay, so does this even work? Before I spend too much of my time looking at it, let me just see if it works. So I'm going to submit this just so that I can put this as, like, this was my implementation. And it's obviously going to fail. I don't even have a return statement, but I'm just trying to get that so that it's in my history, right? Now I can go to submissions and I can see here. Okay, anyways. So now I am going to copy and paste this one. Get rid of that. Okay, should work. Let's see if it does. Wrong. Okay, so it doesn't even work. Like, good. See, this is why it was a good thing that I actually tested it out before I went and just trusted it, and then I would have been going through it and have been very confused as to why does this implementation work? Why does this implementation work? Why does it work? Because it doesn't work. Okay. It doesn't help me very much because like, is there any like normal solutions here? 红桃松已经脏原神活 I don't know what that one is in Japanese, but whatever. 移植 Okay. I don't know. Anyways, so there's the answer. I guess. Um, cool. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I'm trying to figure out like next steps for this problem. Am I gonna? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. If you want to subscribe, I guess you can, maybe. I don't know why you would want to subscribe to me. I'm not really that good. Obviously. Obviously. But anyways, I tried to do leak coding every single day. And then try to do also software engineering projects to hopefully be able to move into the software engineering, software development space. Right now, I am an embedded systems engineer, so it's more hardware, more firmware, but hoping to move into software development. So that's kind of what I do. I do a lot of those projects on my channel. I do a lot of LeetCode, obviously, um, and trying to yeah, move forward in that. So if you want to subscribe, go ahead. Thank you. But if you don't want to subscribe, I understand. I understand. Anyways, so my name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another LeetCode. So hopefully we can solve it. But I don't know. I I I haven't been on a roll. I haven't been on a roll at all. Like if you look at a lot of my previous videos, it's like, nope, 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 nope. And I'm kind of getting like that feeling. But we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing forward. Yeah. It would help if my projects at work were going more smooth too, but they're not. Like I have multiple projects that I'm doing, and one of them is like we're releasing a new product, and so there's a lot of chaos going on. So there's a lot of chaos there. And then my other project that I'm the project owner of, I'm struggling hardcore. It's like hardcore struggling, and I'm not making much progress. And so like at work and then come home, do LeetCode and fail, and it's like, ah man, come on, can't I have a win? Can't I have a win? But we're gonna keep hunting. We're gonna keep hunting for that win. We're not gonna give up. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I will see you guys later, and goodbye.